amazing part is that every team member is ready to help. If you just reach out, they are ready to help. Even the ones you think they are disturbing you, they are there for you. So I just came in here to encourage all of you, because honestly, if I was going to apply for this, they wouldn't have still given it to me. And I was just sitting in my office, they offered it to me. And I'm so grateful to God and grateful to Nebians for the opportunity to showcase my sleeves.
Wow. Thank you. I totally remember Naomi when she joined and she was like, I won't pay for somebody else. You know, the funny thing is the person that you even paid for did not finish the course. She was.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and it's quite interesting to know that so like I say, you need to put in the work.
Exactly.
Right? We can't do it for you. Our job is simple, to show you the road and say, follow us. You need to follow. All right? That's you heard what she said. The 7 steps I talked about, it's literally what she did.
Hello, everyone. Confirm we can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear. Confirm you can hear me loud and clear in the chat box before we kick start the session. Okay, confirm you can hear me loud and clear in the chat box before we kick start the session. All right, brilliant. All right, so my name is Mohammed Suleiman. I'm super duper excited to be here today. I can already see some familiar faces. Okay, you're welcome once again. Now, if you're joining us for the very first time, this is your first time joining any Nebiant Analytics webinar, type a first timer in the chat box. Type a first timer in the chat box. Now, if you've joined us before, type regular. Okay, if this is not your first time, type regular. If this is your first time, type first timer. Let me know who are the new faces we have here and who are the repeat participants. Okay, fantastic. All right, let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming in the chat box. We have a lot to do today. Okay, so we need to move very fast so that we don't waste any valuable time. All right, we do not want to waste any time at all. Okay, first timer, you're welcome. Now let me know where you're joining us from. I'm joining in from Lagos, Nigeria. Where are you joining us from? Are you joining from Kenya? Are you joining from Abuja? Are you joining from Accra, South Africa? Let me know where you're joining us from. Okay, let me know where you are joining us from. Super happy to be here once again. Okay, and we're going to go straight into it. No time wasting, straight into it, because guess what? We're going to do a little bit of practicals today. Okay, a little bit of practicals today. I can see somebody joining us from Kafanchan, Kaduna. Okay, fantastic. That's Amina. You're welcome once again. All right, fantastic. Okay, great. Now we're gonna get started. I'll share my screen and we get right into it. Okay, we're gonna get right into it. Yeah. Now, before I even share my screen, let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something nobody has told you before. Okay, have you ever heard that it is possible to get a tech job without you applying to the job? Have you ever heard that? You didn't apply to the job comes to you. Have you ever heard such a scenario before? You did not apply to the job, okay, and the job came to you. Now in tech, that's one of the strategies you can use to break that barrier. All right. Many of you are busy applying to jobs, and you're busy applying to jobs, you get rejections. So what is another strategy you can actually use to get that interview without actually applying to the job? Okay, and surprisingly, if you get such an interview, you have a better chance, you stand a better chance than the one who applied to the job, because guess what? You already are very interesting. That is why they even called you for the interview in the first place. All right, how do you get interesting? Let me share my screen. Let's get a little bit into it, and see exactly what we need to do. All right, let's get into it straight away. Now, if you ever want to get a tech interview, and I use the word ever, you ever want to get a tech interview without applying to jobs, you must have a portfolio. It's impossible to get a job or even an interview without having a tech portfolio. Okay, you must have what? A tech portfolio. Are you with me, guys? You must have a tech portfolio. And when I say tech portfolio, when I say tech portfolio, now guys, I want this session to be interactive, all right? That's why I've started in the manner in which I've started. How many of you think building a portfolio is hard? How many of you think it's very difficult to build a portfolio? You need to write codes. And when I say portfolio, a website portfolio. So think of it like a personal website that you can share the link, people can visit and see your portfolio. If you believe it's hard, type yes in the chat box. Okay, I think it's super hard. All right, if you believe it is hard to do it, type yes in the chat box that it is hard, or just type it is hard. Somebody said I think it is super hard. Okay, guess what I'm going to do today? It is hard. Okay, fantastic. It is hard, right? Okay, fantastic. A lot of people think it is hard. It is hard, of course. It is hard. All right. So if you are saying it is hard, somebody say looks hard. I like your style, Michael. You're being diplomatic. You sound like a politician. Michael Daudu. He said looks hard. I see what you're doing there, right? So the thing is this, yeah. If you believe it is hard, that just goes to show that you don't have a portfolio right now. You don't have a portfolio. Now, what if I told you that building a portfolio has never been easier? Building a portfolio has never been easier. Okay, and it is so easy to the point that you build one tonight. Okay, I'll build it. You can either follow me or just simply enjoy the session, get the recording, and build yours later on. Okay, build yours later on. Now, there will be an attendance form in the chat box later on in the session. All right, so if you want to get my recording, you want to get my slides and all of that good stuff, fill out the attendance when it is available, and you'll get all of those good stuff. Now, first things first, okay? They said, when you're in a debate back in the days, when you're debating, you say, we should give honor to whom honor is due, right? So let me introduce myself. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Mohammed Suleiman. I'm the COO here at Nebiant Analytics, and I'm inching close to a decade of experience in the space, and I've had the opportunity to work with top conglomerates across the globe. Okay, notably Alfa Romeo. If you don't know Alfa Romeo, it's a luxury car brand that used to be a sister organization with Ferrari until 2016 when they became a standalone luxury brand themselves. I've been helping Africans get into the space, and I also transitioned into tech myself. So I love to mention that so people know that I was not born a tech bro. I had my first degree in mechanical engineering. Here today, I can call myself a successful tech bro. So stick around till the end and let's do wonders in today's session. Now, if you don't know who we are here at Navient Analytics, just allow me to briefly introduce you to Navient Analytics. Navient Analytics is an edtech firm that seeks to bring premium tech training programs to Africans. All right. And when I say premium, okay, I mean premium, right? For those of you who have been in our sessions in the past, you already know what I'm about to say. But when I mean premium tech training programs, it is built on 3 pillars. Pillar number 1 is real world case studies. So it's not a case where you come here and we do theoretical stuff. No, we don't do that here. Real world case studies that mimic the job itself. Number 2 is we'll teach you soft skills. Now, these soft skills are rather skills that other tech training brands will tell you to go and figure out. Okay, they'll teach you the technical stuff and tell you go and figure it out. Okay, how callous is that? Third pillar upon which we build our premium brand is lifetime support. Now, I'm giving you full gist, full detail about the lifetime support, towards the end of today's session. All right, but we have a lot to do and we don't have much time to waste. Now, our roadmap for today is going to hover around these 3 stuff. First off, we want to be able to build a stunning portfolio that attracts tech recruiters. Okay, majority of us agree that it is hard. Okay, I want you to stick around and see if it is truly hard. Okay, I am going to build a portfolio in this session here tonight without writing one single code. If you think I'm lying, stick around. Okay, if you think I'm lying, stick around to the end and see what will happen. So that's what we're going to do today. But first, there are some things that you need to know before you even go to building a portfolio, right? There are some things you need to know before you go into building a portfolio. I'll also talk about our extra layered support, our career support, lifetime support, and the likes. I beg your pardon. And then I'll make a special announcement at the very end of the session today. You also get to ask me questions. At some point, I'll allow you to unmute your mic to ask me some questions at the end of the session. Now, like I said, we'll build that portfolio tonight, right? But before then, the big question, is this something you want to do in 2025? Because if you don't want to get into tech in 2025, there is no business you have here. So I need your responses in the chat. Do you want a tech job in 2025? You need to ascertain that your answer is yes. Then we can proceed. Fantastic. Now, after we figured that out, that your answer is yes, then listen to my advice. If you have 1 decade of experience, maybe 15 years of experience, maybe you've been working in a bank for 2 decades, right? Tech recruiters don't care about that. Do you know what they care about? Do you know what they care about? They care about the proof of competence. I call it proof of competence. What does that mean? What does proof of competence mean? Show your workings. Do you remember back in the days when we were in primary school, our teacher would tell us, if you went to that kind of primary school, of course, your class teacher would tell you, show workings. Do you remember? Exactly. So that's exactly what it is here in tech as well. Recruiters want to see that you can do the things you say you know how to do. Else, there is nothing for you. Okay? And when they see that, they invite you for a chat. And most of the time, if you follow this route to an interview, you are most likely to be hired. People who get interview invites because they have portrayed their competence by way of having a project portfolio, get a higher chance of landing the job after the interview, because they already have proof of competence. All right. Now, the first thing you need to do before you even think of having a portfolio is you have to find a niche. This is as important as getting the tech job itself. There are so many, tech roles that you can pursue, tech careers that you can pursue. And you can mention anyone in the chat box. Some of you already have some, okay, that you want to get into. So mention them in the chat box. And when you look at the spectrum, there are so many of them that are currently high in demand as of now. But should you just chase a tech role because it is high in demand? Is that the only thing you should consider when you want to get into tech? Guys, there are so many things you need to consider. Number one, you need to consider the competition out there. Do you want to find yourself in a situation where you're competing against Indians for the same role? You want to compete against those people for the same role? We know how Indians are ferocious, especially when it comes to tech. So you want to compete with them? You need to be strategic about the career path that you are going into now. I want to share something that I got from my mentor just 2 months before I got into tech. Okay, after I spent about 2 years trying to figure things out. The final 2 months, I met my mentor, and he told me that, look, if you are an African in this day and time and you want to get into tech, look at 3 career paths. Okay, choose one of 3 career paths. All right, choose one of 3 career paths. If you are an African, so if you are here today and you are not an African, you are in the wrong session. Okay, you're in the wrong place. All right, except if you want to just enjoy yourself. Well, if you're like me, you're an African, you're in the right place. So the career path you want to look at are either data analytics, data science, business analysis. A lot of people confuse this career path. So before you build that portfolio of projects, you need to first sort this out. Guys, you need to sort this particular aspect out. Now, I'm going to talk about these 3 career paths. But before that, why? Why should you even choose them? Why? Are we going to take a hook, line, and sinker? No. Reason number 1 is it's easy to learn. So, unlike software development, web development, and the likes, cybersecurity analysts, these are also high in demand career paths, mind you, but they are a lot harder to learn compared to these 3. So you want something that, regardless of your background, whether you've been working in the bank or you've been running your own business, you have a side hustle, regardless of your background, when it comes to career, you can jump on this and learn it, right? Number 2 that you need to consider is it's easy to transition. That's the reason why those 3 career paths. Easy transition simply just means that the demand for these roles are high. And if we have the time, I'll show you what it looks like on LinkedIn. Okay, data analyst alone, we have 14,000 plus open roles at any instance in time that you search. I'm talking about jobs that were posted within 2 weeks to this time. Okay, any instance that you search, you're going to find vacancy for 14,000 plus roles for data analyst alone. For business analyst, you have somewhere around 10K. For data science, you have somewhere around 7K plus. Now, if you look at these absolute numbers, these are high in demand roles compared to others. And for that reason, it's a lot easy to transition into this role. And last but not the least, except if you don't like money, okay? Except if you're fighting with money, you need to consider this, okay? These career paths have fantastic salary projections. That's one reason you need to, consider those 3 career paths whenever you want to get into tech as an African. Now, these three career paths in question, data analytics, data science, business analysis, they've also been projected to grow in demand by another 35% between now and 2030. Let me put that into perspective. For example, I mentioned data and data analyst roles have like 14,000 plus open roles at any instance in time. That number is going to increase by an additional 35% between now and 2030. So the question for you is, do you want to be part of people who benefit from this projection, or you just want to sit and watch? You need to ask yourself that question. But while you're asking yourself that question, let us look at the difference between all the three. Within the next 10 minutes, we'll look at the difference between all the three, and then we move into building our portfolio without writing any code. Without a single line of code, I'll build a website portfolio, share the link with you, you get to see it in this session tonight. Okay, so many of you said it's hard to do that. I'll show you how easy it is. Okay, how many of us are interested in that? Within the next 10 minutes, I tell you the three different career paths, and then we build a portfolio. Fantastic, fantastic. Great, let's go into it. Let's get into it now. Let's start with who a data analyst is. Okay, who is a data analyst? Now, and I want us to pay rapt attention because this is part of everything. It's part of what you need to know to be able to get the interviews that you seek. Now, I love to call data analysts as storytellers. 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 As a data analyst, your job, let me summarize your job for you. In any organization you find yourself as a data analyst, your job is simply tell the organization, first off, you get hold of the data, right? And then you want to tell them what happened, you want to narrate what happened, and then you want to tell them why it happened. You narrate what happened and why it happened, of course, using data. Okay, of course, using data. Are we together, guys? We want to use data. Okay, so for us to understand this a lot better, there are 4 types of analytics. You have descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive analytics. Now, the job of the data analyst is centered around the first 2 types. Descriptive analytics, which is what happened. Diagnostic analytics is probing into why those things happen. For example, you grab the data of a company and then you summarize it into charts and reports and visuals, and then you tell them, oh, this was what happened in the last 5 months. The revenue has grown by 10% within the last 5 months. Okay, why did it happen? Oh, when you look at the customer base, your customer base grew from this to this, and that was the major factor that affected the positive growth in your revenue. That is your job as a data analyst. And as you're saying these things, you are visualizing it with charts. That is simply what your job is. Am I making sense, guys? Am I making sense? And to perform your job as a data analyst, okay, you need to be conversant with these tools: Excel, SQL, ChatGPT, Power BI, Tableau, and Looker Studio. Now, they will be flying over your head. Don't worry about them. Okay, these are the tools that recruiters ask for when you want to become a data analyst. Moving ahead. Now, who is a data scientist? Now, a data scientist, I have to call them the inventor. The inventor, they create things. And why do I call them that? Now, a data scientist is bothered about what is likely going to happen in the future. Okay, and they help organizations. And if you look at the remaining 2 types of analytics, right, predictive and prescriptive analytics, all right, predictive and prescriptive analytics, these are the purviews of the data scientist. Okay, they want to know what is likely going to happen in the future and how can we influence it. That's prescriptive analytics. How do we influence it? Are you with me, guys? So that's why when people confuse data analysts and data scientists, tell them there are 2 different career paths. The data analyst focus on this first two, while the data scientist focus on this second two, predictive and prescriptive analytics. So you make predictions. And for you to do these predictions effectively as a data scientist, you need to be conversant with the following tools: Excel, SQL, Tableau, Python, GitHub for version control, and then ChatGPT as well. Now you see that ChatGPT is also here. If you ignore AI in this day and time, you are gone. Okay, you are as good as gone. All right, you are as good as gone. All right. So now, guys, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Now, that is that for a data scientist. Now, who is a business analyst? What do I love to call them? I love to call the, and I want you to remember, what did I call the, let me know if you are following me. What did I call the data analyst? Very quickly, who is helping me? What do I like calling the data analyst? Who is helping? Who is helping? What did I call the data analyst? Who can remember? Storytellers. How about the data scientists just now? How about the data scientists? I call the data scientists the inventors. Fantastic. Now, guess what I call the business analyst? Guess what I call them? I call them the translator. I call them the translator. Okay. You know, when two important people who want to have a conversation and they do not understand each other's native language, okay, and they don't understand the common language, you need a translator. Okay, such is the job of a business analyst. Now, as a business analyst, this is your job. Your job is, the business wants to move from point A to B, maybe not physically, but in terms of the goals that they want to achieve as a business, right? Your job is, okay, we want to move from A to B, we want to improve. This is our goal, right? How do we align everybody to achieving that goal? That's your job as a business analyst. You need everybody aligned on the same trajectory. And this calls for people management skills, a little bit of data skills, and the likes. And for that reason, you get to learn all of these: Excel, SQL, Power BI. You use Miro, you use Jira, you use Azure DevOps, ChatGPT, Draw.io. Now, these are the tools that you get to use that would help you harness the skills as a business analyst. Okay. Now, this is a brief explanation on the three career paths. So, as a data analyst, you begin a lot of storytelling. As a data scientist, you be the inventor. You build models that predict the future. And then as a business analyst, yours is people. You are managing people, you are aligning people to the same goal, you are tracking, you are documenting, and so on and so forth. Okay, so based on what I've said so far, I want you to visualize yourself. Which one do you see yourself as? So you need to make that decision now. Okay, and guys, as you're making the decision, note that the attendance form is in the chat box. My team member will be posting the attendance form in the chat box, so you need to fill that out. Okay, you need to fill that out. Okay, you need to fill it out. Are we together? You need to fill that out. So decide, which one do you want to go for? Which one do you want to go for? Let me know in the chat box. Which career paths do you want to go for? Do you want to become a storyteller? That's the data analyst. Do you want to become an inventor? That's the data scientist. Do you want to become a translator? And that is the business analyst. Right, while you're making that decision, guess what I'll show you how to do. Let me show you how to build. I'll show you how to build a portfolio without writing a code. Okay, now when you've decided, you need to have a portfolio. All right, and if you're torn between two career paths, don't worry, just note it down. I would allow you to ask questions at the end of today's session. All right, so you're going to build a portfolio from scratch. All right. We're going to build a portfolio right from scratch. So I'm just going to bring in a new browser in here. So let's get into it straight away. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So here's what I'm going to do. I want you to search for Google Sites. Google Sites. Google Sites. Now, you don't have to build this right now with me, okay? You can just as well enjoy the session, and then later on you get to build yours on your own, okay? But again, I want to prove to you tonight that building a portfolio is one of the easiest things you can do in tech. You say, Mohammed, this amount is sweet though. Don't worry. You see if I'm lying by yourself, okay? You see if I'm lying. Somebody say your voice is breaking. Please, if you can hear me loud and clear, type loud and clear in the chat box. Let me know we're on the same page. If you can hear me loud and clear, type loud and clear. Let's know if it's from my end or from Amina's end. All right, so Amina, looks like your connection is the one that is breaking, okay? Not mine. All right, thank you guys for that. So let's go into it. Enough of the talking. Search Google site. You see Google site, click on it. No time. There is no time to waste. Click on Google site. Now, when you click on Google site, it looks like Google Doc, right? If you've never used any Google Doc suite, you see Google Doc. Now, these are essentially websites. Okay, these are website templates, and you have more templates here. All right, you have more templates here. Okay, I'll just click on general. You can see more website templates that you can use. But guess what I'll do? I'll build from scratch. So I'll click on blank site. I'll click on blank site, and it brings me right here. So this page is where I'm going to be building my website one after the other, piece by piece. Okay, and then I publish it at the end of the day, give you the link, and you get to see it. All right, if you can't see my screen, that's is a pity you can't see my screen. All right, but if you can see my screen, please do me a favor, type I can see your screen. So Sylvester, you know that your network is the issue, or you can just drop off the call and join back. You should be able to see my screen. Okay, if you cannot see my screen, leave the call and join back immediately. You should be able to see my screen. Now, we are in Google Sites. We are building already. Okay, I didn't write any code. I want you to watch me carefully. In case if I write a code, I start to write code, so you'll catch me. All right, let's go ahead. Now, what I'm going to write here, okay, what I'm going to write here is I'm going to write a value proposition. Value proposition. So let's say I want to become a data analyst, right? I want to become a data analyst. Okay, what do I want to communicate that I do to people? So I want to say something like turning data into actionable insights. Turning data into actionable insights. Okay, something like this. All right, something like this. Let me cancel this. Okay, so I can highlight, I can make it bold. You know, you can change the font size however you want it, however it is that you want it. Okay, enter site name. I can type my name here. Let me type Mohammed Suleiman. Mohammed Suleiman. So that's my initial, right? So you can add a logo, but I'm not going to go the route of adding a logo tonight. So what do I want to do? Okay, what do I want to do? Here, okay, here, all right, I'll click on image. Okay, I can upload an image for this background, but I just want to change the background. So I just click on select, and let me change the background to look nicer. Okay, it's looking too dull. Okay, it's looking kind of dull. Do you get my point? It's looking dull. Okay, so these are different photos that you have that you can use. All right, you have different photos that you have that you can actually use. All right, so I'm just going to use what do I use as a data analyst? What do you think I should use? I can just use something, you know, eye-catchy. Let me use this. Okay, it's that. Now you can see that now it is sort of making a whole lot of sense. Guys, can you see the progress I'm making? Have I written any code? Have I written any code yet? No, I haven't. Fantastic. So this is something that you can literally build yourself with your laptop. Okay, all you need is projects, work of projects, and you have this. Now that I have something like this, right? What do I do next? What do I do next? Okay, what do I do next? Now, under here, I need to be able to, talk a little bit about myself, because this is the first page. This is the home page, right? This is the home page. And what I can even do is at this point, let me even create more pages. This is the home page, but I don't even know if this is the home page, right? Nothing is indicating that this is the home page. So on the right hand side here, on top here, you see insert, you see pages, you see themes. You see insert, you see pages, and then you see themes. Okay, insert, pages, themes. All right, you can choose from different themes that you want. This is simple, this is Aristotle, this is diplomat, this is vision. You can choose what you want. All right, you can choose between what you want. Okay, you can choose anything, level, you can choose. All right, so I'm just gonna go with this one, for example. Now, but this is not where we are going. Go to pages, okay, go to pages, and the plus sign under, when you hover your mouse on it, you see new page. Just click on it, and it's asking, what do you want to name the new page? Okay, what do you want to name the new page? By default, you already have the home page. So what do you want to call this? I'll call it portfolio. So all my projects will be on that page. I'll click on done. It's going to create a portfolio page for me. How cool is that? How cool is that, guys? Can you see? And I have home page and portfolio page. Have I written code yet? No, I'm coming. I'll add another page. I'll call it contact. And hit done. And boom, I have a contact page. I have the home page. I have the portfolio page. I have the contact page. Guess what? I'm going to make some changes. Let me go to the portfolio page, click on image right here, and select a different kind of image for the portfolio page. All right, let me select a different kind of image for the portfolio page, something eye-catching. All right, so I'm just going to insert this. All right, so you can see I have portfolio right here. I can make it bold, nice and bold. So home page, portfolio page, then contact. For contact, I can change it also, and just add. What do I add now? Let me see if I have a phone. If I have a picture of a phone there, or let me just use this one. All right. So I have a contact. I have home page, portfolio, contact. Clap for me, guys. So I go back to the home page. Let's go back to the home page. Now, for the home page, okay, I'm gonna add, what's it called? I'm gonna an introduction to myself here, right? And how do I want to do that? I want to click on insert, and I want to add what we call content blocks. Content blocks are like, when you have real estate, if you have a land, you must draw the plan of your house before you start building house, right? So this is the real estate here. Okay, I want to be able to manage my real estate. Guys, am I making sense? So to manage your real estate, to select from different plans, we use the content block. So you can see this is a single content block. This is a dual content block. This is a triple content block with 2 on the left, 1 on the right. You have triple equal content block. You can choose from any one that you want. I'm going to use the first one. I'll use the first one. So you can see now I have a content block here. I can put something here. depending on what I want. All right. So what am I going to do? Here I'm going to add a picture of myself. So I'm going to click on upload. I'll just add a passport. Okay. I'll quickly add a passport. Let me quickly add a passport. So you just go select select a passport photograph of yourself, click on open, add it. Okay, and then I can stretch it to fit. Have I written any code still? No. All right, so here I type about. Okay, this is my about page. All right, make it bold. This is my about page, and I want to write a little bit about myself. All right, this is where you write, oh, you're fantastic, you're this, you're that, and all of that good stuff. So I'm just going to pick my about. I could have typed it, but just because of time, okay, I'll just, you know, just copy it and paste it here. Okay, so I could have typed all of this stuff. So that's about me. All right, this is my about. Guys, how cool is this? How cool is this? You can see it is already making sense. And if you want to, as you are building, if you want to see how it will look like when you share the link with somebody eventually, you just click on this preview button here. You just click on this preview button. You click on the preview button, it's going to show as if it's done already. So it will fill up the entire screen. So this is how people will see it when you are done. Okay, and if you want to go back, just click on this X sign, go back, goes back to the custom, to the edit page, and you can keep on working. Have I written any code yet? Have I written any code? No. All right, so I'll just change the color of this background to maybe black by clicking on this. Okay, I can, you know, choose this style, you know, choose this style, all right, or choose this style. Okay, I'll just go for this. Okay, just for the purpose of this yellow here, so that it rhymes with this yellow. Okay, so something like this. Let's use something like this. All right. So now, this is my home page. This is my home page. Okay, this is my home page. Now, on my portfolio page, I need to add projects. I need to add projects. I would add 2 projects very quickly. And this is where you need to have worked on projects. So you can't just come from the blues and build a portfolio. No, you choose a niche, work on real-world projects. I talked about when I was introducing Eviance Analytics. I talked about the fact that we work on, you know, you're going to be working on case studies, real-world case studies. So whenever you work on those case studies, you want to come and put them in your portfolio here. How do you do that? Very simple. Again, you want to add a content block. Do you remember what I said about content block? It helps you manage your real estate, right? So I put, I can add double content block like this. Okay, double content block. This is the double content block. Just click on it, it enters here. Have I written any code still? No. So this first one, what I want to do is I'm going to add, listen to me guys, I'm going to add images of my projects, that screenshot of my project, and then a link that can interact with the project. I'll share something with you now. Okay, so let me first upload the first one. So I'm going to click on upload, go to my laptop, you know, downloads. This is download -1. That's my first dashboard. Click. So the dashboard has entered. Easy, nice and easy, guys. Nice and easy. Click on the second one. Click on the second one. Click on upload. Add the second dashboard. So it means you have this dashboard already prepared, right? So I add the second dashboard. Guys, you can see how, so if you have more projects, keep on adding them like that. Keep on adding them. Have I written any code? No. Good. So I want to type the title, okay? I want to type the title here, team performance reports, okay? While this one is Citycom sales reports, okay? And then here, this place, I want to add a link to the, to the project. Now somebody's asking, if I don't have a portfolio, what do I do? If I mean, if I don't have a project, what do I do? That's why you're here at Nebiat Analytics. Okay, you work on projects and you add them here. All right. A lot of people are out there. They are looking for tech jobs. They don't have portfolio, but they have projects. Okay. So you need to combine the best of both worlds. People said building a portfolio is hard. Is it still hard? Guys, is it still hard? This is Google sites. Okay. Is it still hard? Do you think it's still hard? I'm not done yet, but do you think it's still hard? It's not hard. Okay. So let's go ahead. To add the project, you want to write something like click here to view interactive dashboard. Click here to view interactive dashboard. Now, our students at Nebiat Analytics know how to do all of these things. Okay, they know how to build it. They can close their eye and build it. Okay, you can see I'm building it as if I'm not even doing anything. Let's go ahead. Now, all I need to do is the project I've worked on, I'll just go and pick the link. I'll go and pick the link from somewhere. Okay, there's a link to the project. I'll copy the link and I'll click on this link, insert link icon, and paste the link to the project here. Now, this is a live link. I clicked on apply. That's a live link, and it applies it to this, such that people can click on this and to take them to this actual dashboard. So that is why you need to work on real-world case studies. All right, you need to work on real-world case studies. Okay, but leave that one now. What we are here to do is build a portfolio. So I'll do the same for this second one. I'll go get the link. Okay, let me show you where I'm getting the link from. So I had worked on this dashboard, all right, and I created this link for the dashboard. So I'll just copy the link from here and paste it right here. So I'm going to say click here to view the interactive dashboard. Have I written any code still, guys? Have I written any code yet? I'll insert link, paste, and apply. So you can see that I haven't written any code yet, and I'm building an actual website. Let's look at how it will look like. I'll click on the preview, and boom, look at how nice it's looking. So this is how it's going to look like when a recruiter is looking. So when a recruiter sees this, imagine there are more than 2 projects. This is just 2 projects, and look at how nice it is. Okay, home, portfolio, and contact page. How nice is that? Okay, there's nothing on my contact page yet. So now, guys, on this home page, I need to be able to put something down here that will tell people, oh, go and click on this to view my portfolio. Okay, click on this to view my portfolio. So I'll come back to this home page, okay, and let's go back to the editing. And guess what I'm going to do? Okay, right here, okay, I'm going to add the text box. This is text box right here. This is a text box. So I'll click on text box and it adds a text box under, and I'm going to say view projects, or view portfolio, view projects or view portfolio. I'm going to centralize that. Okay, I'm going to centralize. You can see it's easy to use. This thing is not hard, except if you just want to lie that it's hard. Is it hard? Have I written any code? No, it's not hard. Okay, I centralize it, make it bold. Okay, and then I want to click on insert link. Okay, when I click on insert link, it's going to give me options of the pages I had already created. Now, because I already have portfolio and contact page, it's going to ask me which one do I want to insert here. I'm going to click on portfolio and click on apply. Now, what this will do is this. If people come to this page, let me click on preview so that you see what I'm talking about. If people click on preview, they're going to have a button for view project, and when they click on that, guess where to take them? My portfolio. So look at the way I'm playing with Google Sites without writing any code, as if I'm using Microsoft Word. All right, so let's go back to the editing. We are not done yet. Okay, we are not done yet. All right, we're not done yet. So I'm just going to change the color of this to this style, so you can see that it is looking nice and clean. All right, it is looking nice and clean. So let me take you somewhere, right? You can, if people click on this link, okay, it's going to redirect them to this Power BI. So I just click on redirect, and it goes to this project. So recruiters can actually look at the actual dashboard that we built and interact with it in real time. Okay, when I'm done, I'll send you the link. You see it, you can see it's loading the data, and look, this is an actual dashboard. I can click on team members, so it's analyzing team members performance. So I can click on Chris, all the dashboard filters down to Chris. I can click on Collins, shows me the information for Collins. I can click on Damian, shows me the information for Damian, and so on and so forth. But that's not why we came here. We came here to build a portfolio. All right, so let's stick to the plan. Contact page. I go to the contact page and I add, let's assume I want to add my phone number, my email. You can add as many that you want. You want to add maybe your LinkedIn, your LinkedIn profile, your Twitter, whatever you want to add, you can add. Okay, but for the sake of time, I'll just add 2 things. Okay, so I'll add 2 things. I've used this content block before. Okay, let me use another content block. Let me use this one. Okay, let me use this one. All right. So I can add, let's say, contacts now. Let me look if there is select image. Let me look if there is like a phone image anywhere. But these are images of my team members. All right, so no, okay. Let me see. I should have some images here. Google Images. Okay. Let's see. Let's search. Let's say phone. Let's see if there's anything like that. All right, fantastic. So I'll add this. I'll just click on this, insert. Okay. Where is it? Where is my image? Just give it a little bit of time. Okay, you don't have access to upload in. We do not have access to upload images. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to type phone icon, simple. Type phone icon, click on this one, and I'll download it. Very easy. Okay. So I'm going to save image as, okay, just right click, save image. Yeah, save in downloads. So that's saved. And then I want to get LinkedIn, or let me say email. All right, email. Now you guys would be able to, it's already email logo. It's already very easy. Okay, I'll just search for email logo. I can select this one, or maybe for the sake of black and white, since I've been using black and white, I'll click on the black and white one. Okay, save image, and boom. After saving, I go back here, all right, and I come, okay, I come here, all right, and I say replace image. Since I already tried to upload, I want to replace now. Just click on these 3 dots, replace image. Very easy to use. Upload, all right, click on upload, and it pops out my hard drive. Let's give it some time. Okay, it pops out my hard drive, and I'm just gonna, I think this is the phone image, if I'm correct. That's the phone image. Okay, still telling me I don't have access to upload. All right, so let's see if I can select. Then let's see if I can select. Let's see if I can select. Links, photos, Google Drive, Google Images. Let's just put something there. Let me put this. Okay, let's see if this work. Insert. All right, so just for the sake of putting an image there, right? So let's put this one. Okay, let's put this one. All right, and then I can say call me on and I put my phone number 0703-215-8619. Okay, call me on this. All right, call me on this, and then I can add, another image here. Okay, let me even try to upload for this one. Let's see what happens. Okay, so okay, this works. I'm not sure why this is giving me this. Let me see. Okay. So just 1 second, guys. So let's replace this image and let's see if it's there may be a fundamental issue here. So let's try again. The phone image. Unsupported. Oh, it's saying it's an unsupported image type. No wonder. It's an unsupported image type. So that was why it had that problem. All right, that was why it had that problem. So let's see images. So let's quickly get one that we can use. Okay, very quickly, let's get one that we can use. I was wondering why didn't it work? All right, so let's get one. So I'm just going to select this one. Let's save this one. Let's see if it works. So I'll save it. Phone icon. Okay, phone icon. Where is my browser? Phone icon. All right. So let's go back here now and replace. Okay, let's replace it. Upload, and then yes. So that's it. Let's see. Fantabulous. Okay. So email me on. Then I type my email here. Okay, I type my email, Mohammed@Naybiant.com. Okay, Mohammed@Naybiant.com. All right. So, and you can see how it looks. People can easily phone me here. Better still, put the +234, so that if in case you get an international call, people can easily get your your contact. So you can see the home page talks about you. Also, I can view projects. Portfolio is there. Portfolio page is there. Contact page is also there. Now, all I need to do after this is click on publish. Okay, publish, and then it's asking publish your site. Okay, publish your site. And who can view this site? I want to manage it so that anybody can view the site. So I click on manage. And I want everybody to be able to view, so the public can view it. Okay, publish sites to public. Okay, publish sites to so anyone on the internet can find it and open. Okay, so for the link, anyone with the link can open. So I click on publish. Okay, so websites. So it's asking me for website address, so I can just type my name, all right, as the website address. So let me type Mo. Is there Mo? Okay, so you can see it as endorsed Mo. So I just type, look at the website. This is my site link now. So I click on publish. Okay, and that publishes the website. Okay, so I can click on view published site, and it's going to view it as the published version. So this is the published version now. You can see the site here. So if I give you this link now, okay, you should be able to so let's see. You should be able to view the site. So let me give you the site. Okay, let me give you this, copy and paste here. So I want you to view it. Okay, view my portfolio. That's my portfolio link. I built it right in front of you right here. So view my portfolio link and tell me what you think. Okay, you can see here, I can click on view projects. All right, you can see my portfolio. You can go to contacts. Look at how nice this looks. All right, so now that you've built a portfolio, now that we've built the portfolio, what next? Now, it's good to talk about people who have also done this. Naomi came through our program, did the same thing. All right, she revamped her LinkedIn, built a portfolio. I see her portfolio here. All right, let me show you Naomi's portfolio, Seth. Where is Naomi? So this is Naomi's portfolio. Okay, she built her own portfolio. You can see her. She added her own picture here. You can see portfolio. Okay, you can see some of our projects. Okay, you can see Naomi added projects. Guys, she added her resume, her CV. So the recruiter does not even need to ask for Naomi's CV. Okay, it's already there. Then she added her contact again. And look at how Naomi did it. I look forward to connecting with you. So there are different ways. So she added her contact as icon. So if I click on this little LinkedIn button to take me to Naomi's LinkedIn page. So Naomi even did it better than I did. That's one of our students. Okay. So I didn't come here to just show you Naomi's portfolio, right? I came here to tell you what Naomi was able to achieve with this. Okay. For those of you who were in the session earlier, you would have heard Naomi speak, right? These are some of our posts and projects that she worked on. And I would love you to listen to Naomi herself. Okay. I'd love you to listen to Naomi herself so you get to hear from Naomi. Now, after we've heard from Naomi, we'll then talk about how you can get something like this as well. I want you to hear from Naomi yourself, and then I'll talk about how you can benefit from something like this. Okay, so you give me a second to share my screen. So once I share my screen, you'll be able to hear Naomi speak. All right, so I want you to listen to Naomi herself so that it's not a case of oh, I am telling Naomi's story. I am telling Naomi's story. Okay. Give me a second. Let me share again. Can we see my screen? Can we see my screen? My screen should come up anytime now. Can we see my screen? Should come up anytime now, and you'll be able to hear the audio. Fantastic. All right. So let's get to hear from Naomi herself.
I don't know. Are you on the call now? Just last week, rather, 2 people landed a job. All right. There's someone that is meant to share a testimony with us. I don't know. Are you on the call, Naomi? Hi, Naomi. You can please turn on your video and unmute your mic. So you just talk to the house about your job learning process and how you're able to land your job and all of that.
Hi, good evening. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Naomi. Let me just start from the beginning. I'll try and be fast. You know, in 2017, the bank, I live in a small country in West Africa where they speak French. And then my bank was acquired. And when the bank was acquired, the bank that bought over my bank now started laying off foreigners and all that. But for reasons known to them, I applied to go and they said no. So I was more like frustrated. I stayed with them. But I found out that as we are going forward I'm being relegated to the background. As a supervisor, I had a lot of branches under me. I was supervising with over 65 staff, but I found out that they were trying to relegate me. I buried myself into training. I told myself I'm going to be so trained that I can conveniently work from home, because my idea after working in the bank for so many years was not to go sit or for interview work for someone else. I just wanted to do something on my own, get a job somewhere, do it online. And as I was doing those courses I started with the free courses from Harvard. I got a lot of certificates from there, and that was how last year August Nabians appeared on my feed. I looked at it, and that night they were having Lemoy was talking just like she's talking. I just joined, and I loved what she was saying. I said, this is like my problem is solved. Remote work, this is going to solve my problem. So I paid that night, and I paid a deposit for someone else too. So that's to show you how motivated I was. And I joined the course. The most amazing part of the course is the family part. You know, it was just like we've known ourselves for years. The business analytics, we started as a general course, everybody together, and then we split to different courses after some weeks. It was so interesting. And I decided to encourage everybody in the group to follow up the course and finish. So almost all of us in the business analysis, we started and we finished. I followed the course religiously, because to me, this is life and death. At least I'm from Nigeria and I should prove myself. So I followed the course step by step, went to LinkedIn, optimized my LinkedIn. I built my project. It was like building a website. I did everything line by line, point by point, and I started posting my profile. And when the 30
Did you hear her when she said, when I was building my portfolio, it was like building a website? How many of us heard that? Did you hear that? Fantastic. So let's continue.
days, the challenge came up and they said we should post every day for 30 days. Man, it was not easy, but I did it. As by the end of that, those 30 days, I moved my subscribers or my followers from 500 to 900 and something. And it's not easy, but just do it, you know. And as I was doing it, sometimes there was this post I made that did not get any click. No, it wasn't like, no like, but the impression was 16,000. I went somewhere, I just joined a group where I wanted to start posting blogs. Apart from my website, I wanted to be posting blogs on the platform. I saw one of the owners of the platform posted my post and made comments on that, used it to teach. I was so encouraged. So, long story short, I finished my training and we were about to start our internship. Human resource now called me and said, I should come and meet with them urgently. I said, this is why you're calling me for a meeting. I know when you call people, there's like a butcher house. What happened? They said nothing. I should just come. I went and they now started telling me that they've been watching me because the bank is restructuring again and we have to align with the head office in Côte d'Ivoire. So they had to create other departments. So suddenly, what my former boss said is unattainable for a Nigerian and Anglophone in a Francophone country. They now offered me. I said, why? So no, we created this department. We want you to be the head of the department. What I'm just saying like this. It's more like 5 steps ahead. I didn't know what to say. I said, okay, I will think about it. They said, no, don't think about it. Take it. Because I said, okay, is that going to be training? You know what they asked me? Which training do you want? You're the one that will train others. We've been looking at your LinkedIn. All things asking us to train. They are all on your LinkedIn. So you train others. When I was doing this, I never thought about anything. I never knew that Nabians is going to be a step for me to what I've been looking for since 2017. I was promoted, salary doubled, advantages tripled, and you can imagine where I am. And when they say luck is preparation, meeting opportunity, I was never thinking of this part. So I encourage everyone here to just take it seriously. LinkedIn is your best platform, free of charge. Just go there and charge yourself. Work on your portfolio.
I don't think we need to finish it anymore. She has made her point, right? She made her point, and it was very clear. Okay, and that's Naomi. I showed you her portfolio. Okay, same way that I built it right here in front of you. You can see how easy it is. So, and when we tell people that, oh, what we do here pretty much anybody from any background can get it done. We know exactly what we are saying. So now that question I asked at the beginning, I want to ask you now: is building a portfolio hard? Building a portfolio, is it hard? Now that you've seen it by yourself with your 2 eyes, is it hard? It is not hard. It's very easy. I didn't write any code. Okay, I shared the link with you. I'm sure most of you would have visited the portfolio. Okay, and you see how it is. Very easy. You just need to sit down. If you dedicate 1 hour as a newbie that I've never used Google Sites before, within 1 hour you will do it. If I was not explaining it to you, I would have closed my eyes and within 10 minutes I'll put a portfolio together. Okay, so the world has moved from, oh, you need to write codes for everything, nothing like that anymore. Okay, now Naomi is not the only one. All right, Naomi is not the only one. There are so many others. All right, there are so many other people who have joined our program and benefited. Now I can go on and on. This is Udo Akbasi. Udo Akbasi, okay, that's a Grace. Now, her uniqueness is that you remember when Naomi was saying her company noticed that and called her. Udo's company tried to ignore her. Okay, so as at the time they thought nothing was going to happen. She's just upskilling, nothing will happen now. Udo told them, oh, I have another offer from another company, and I'll be leaving to that company. Her current company increased her salary, promoted her on the spot. She went and told the other company that was offering her. Guess what those ones did? They increased the offer to ensure that she comes. If you are in that situation, what will you do? Which one will you choose? Mind you, she's been in her current company for like 5 years, no promotion, nothing. Okay, not until the point where she told them she was. So they tried to ignore her. But guess what? She went for the one that paid her the most. All right. And it's a no-brainer which one it was. That was Uduak's story. And you can listen to Uduak just the way you listen to Naomi previously. Just click on this link. You listen to Lebura and Uduak. So there are a lot of them. Lebura herself, she posted her own project on LinkedIn, and that was it for her. 3 weeks into the program, she worked on this project, posted it, boom, it worked like magic for her. So this is a formula that works. Project, portfolio, that is what works. Now, if I tell you that's not all that you need to get into tech, you'd say it's a lie. Oh, Mohammed, what you've said is okay now. Do you want to say more? Now, remember that I talked about some soft skills that other training programs will push away to go and figure out by yourself. We will teach you here. What are those things? Let me quickly tell you what it is. All right. Now, the things you need that would give you extra beyond the technical aspect of the training are these. First, guidance and mentorship. On a weekly basis through the program, you get mentorship. Tell you the right things to do, the right things to say in an interview, and all of those good stuff, how to negotiate a salary and the likes. CV assessment and job matching. Gone are the days where you have a single CV, use that to apply everywhere. You must tailor your CV to the job you're applying to. LinkedIn profile revamp. Now, for LinkedIn profile revamp, guys, you need to be able to put yourself out there. If you go on LinkedIn now and type my name, you'd likely see me. Okay, and I'm urging every one of you to do that. Go to LinkedIn, search for me, follow me. I also put out a lot of content there, and you can benefit from my content as well. Now, LinkedIn profile revamp, you need to be able to boost your personal brand on LinkedIn. Upwork profile, for those who want to work from home. Right? You get the opportunity to do that on Upwork. Then, guys, it gets interesting from this point on. Lifetime interview preparation. Now, as a Labiant Analytics participant, the moment you have an interview coming up, we prepare you for that interview. Whether you are currently on the program or your program had ended, it is a lifetime offer. You don't need to pay any dime, okay, to get the interview prep. It is lifetime. You also have a lifetime access to your training materials and the experts that will be working with you, because we're trying to build a big community of Africans who are getting into tech. So constantly you would have access to your training materials, all the data sets, materials that you are going to be using through the program. You'd have a lifetime access to it, plus a 1 month internship, opportunity here with us at Navient, and a lifetime access to recommendation letters. Guys, go out there, go and compare us with any other. Feel free, compare us with any other training programs. Okay, I can tell you categorically that you won't get what you get here elsewhere, and that's why what we do works. Okay, so guys, and speaking about recommendation letters, I prepared Helene Okai's recommendation letter for her when she got an offer. This is another participant. Okay, she got into our program, and she got an offer as a junior marketing analyst from her recruiter, from a recruitment agency, and then they asked her to provide a letterhead, preferably from a previous employer. And one of the things we do for our students is we allow our students to use Navient Analytics as their previous employer, so that it gives us the permission to prepare a recommendation letter for you. So she did just that, and she was able to get the offer. The program itself is for 3 months, so it's a 3-month journey. There's a 1 month internship, so in total 4 months. And your classes are going to be during the weekends, mainly during the weekend. On Saturdays, that is where you would have live classes. Okay, now these classes are fully 100% online, highly interactive, just the way you saw me do. You experienced the class today. Okay, but the difference is the facilitator would ensure that you get everything right. So it's going to be for 3 hours. So I would have spent 3 hours here, but I don't want to keep you for 3 hours. Okay, so now on Saturdays you have that class, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. The class will be recorded also, so that in case you want to go back to it, you can go back to it. And remember, it is lifetime, for life. You have access to it. On Sundays, you have what we call DID videos. So the DID videos are preparatory videos ahead of your next class on Saturday. That's what it is. So it prepares you ahead of the next class on Saturday. And then during the weekdays, you have Tuesday evening sessions, 9 to 10 p.m. We call it support sessions. So this support session is not a class. It is, if you have any issue, you jump into the session. The facilitator that took you the class on Saturday would also be there to help you circumvent any issues that you may be having, so that you don't carry it over to the next week. And then on Thursday evenings, you get to cover mentorship. Okay, fantastic topics that are not tied to the technical aspect of your training. All right, these are things that other training programs will say you should go and figure out. Then you end up spending years trying to get into tech. Here with us, within a short time, you can start to get real results. Now, if you want me to show you even more, this is the brochure. Okay, if you get my slides, fill out the attendance form if you haven't. If you get my slides, you can click on this and you see the full brochure. Okay, now this is a snippet of the kind of project you get to work on, that would form your portfolio. So imagine having all of these projects in your portfolio. Okay, these are some of our students and their portfolios. Okay, some of our students are on their portfolios. You can get to look at them. Adachi, for example, if I click on this particular link, it's going to open up Adachi's portfolio. And our students are very creative. Okay, you have different styles, so they play around with the styles. You can see this is Adachi's portfolio. You can see how it looks. Also added her resume. Guys, that is it. Okay, that is it. Do you want me to show you more testimonials, or let's go to how you can become a beneficiary of this package? Should I show you more testimonials? Do you have that time, or I should go straight? Okay, you want to get into this program. Should we talk about that now? Let's go ahead and talk about how you can get into this program, because guess what? There are more testimonials. You want to listen to testimonials about students, there are a lot more. Okay, so what's it for you? Type it in the chat. Should I talk about how you join the next cohort starting in June, or you still want more testimonials? You are not confident enough, still want to hear more testimonials? Which one do you want? Fantastic. Let's talk about how you can become a beneficiary of this, and how you can start the class. Okay, because guess what, there are a lot more testimonials. This is Oluwaseun, for example, joined our program, got value as well. This is even more testimonials. So, and they are all here in my slides. All right, and I also kept a link so that you can look at some of our participants on our YouTube page. So ensure to follow us on YouTube as well if you haven't already, so you can look at testimonials on them. Now, there is a class starting on the 9th of June. And this is where I want you guys to pay rapt attention. Okay, there is a class starting on the 9th of June. And for 5 people who will be joining that class, based on some conditions, I'll be selecting 5 people who I would work on their portfolio by myself. I hope that's synced in. So, but you need to pay attention very carefully if you want to be one of those 5 persons. All right? If you want to be one of those 5 persons who me, not any other person, I will be the one to personally work on the portfolio for you. Okay? You need to pay attention. Are you with me? Are you with me, guys? I am buying you time so that you can pay attention. If you're in a noisy place, move somewhere quiet. Now, guys, I said I work with 5 people. Okay? Now, before we go into how exactly I work with those 5 people, okay, let's go into what it entails to get into the program. Now, like I said, there are different programs: data science, data analytics, business analysis. We've talked about it. Okay, the price of the program is flat, 250,000 naira. You get to benefit from all the things that I've talked about so far in this session. Okay, you can pay once, you can pay in full, you can split it into 2, 125 and 125, or you can even split it into 4 using this model on my screen. And I want you to listen good. Now, with 30,000 naira, you can secure a seat ahead of the June class. 30K, you secure a seat ahead of the June class. Okay, then you top up with 55,000 naira before the class starts in June. How much is that in total? My mathematics is correct. That is 85,000 naira. With 85,000 naira, you can start the class. Now, the first 5 people to reach that 85,000 naira, of course, the first thing is criteria is you secure your slot tonight. If you don't secure your slot tonight with 30,000, forget about it. But if you secure your slot tonight with 30,000 naira, and you are also part of the first 5 people to reach 85,000 naira in total, meaning you pay this 55,000 naira before the class starts, I'll be working with you on your portfolio. Okay, now you start the class with just 85,000 naira. Now, 1 month into the program, you then top up with another 85,000 naira. In total, that makes 170,000. Meanwhile, you're still benefiting from all our offerings. You'll be benefiting from all our offerings 1 month ago, and you're just topping up. And then 2 months into the program, okay, you then balance up with the remaining 80,000 naira, and that completes everything. Meaning you don't even have to pay all 250K to benefit from our offerings from the start. So you can do this by sending a direct transfer to our Sterling bank account 00989999047, 30,000 naira only, secure a spot. Okay, and once you do that, 30,000 naira, secure a spot. Once you do that, send me a DM. Let me walk you through on how to on the enrollment, next step of enrollment. Okay, so you can send me a DM on this number here, 0703-215-8619, and after this session ends, I will be responding to you by myself, not my assistant. I myself will give you the honor of responding to your DM. So send me a DM with a proof of payment, and I'll walk you through the next steps in the enrollment process. Okay. Oh, my number, the number I pasted in the chat is wrong. 0703-215-8619. 8619, not 8629. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so I've pasted the correct one in the chat, so disregard the old one. Okay, disregard the old number. My correct number is, let me paste it again, 0703-215-8619. WhatsApp, please, no calls. WhatsApp only. All right. So you send that, and after the session, I will be responding to you. So now at this point, I'll be taking questions. So if you want to unmute your mic, raise up your hand, and I would call you to ask question. Francisca. Okay, before I take Francisca, Sylvester is asking, is it okay to use a project that was done in class on your portfolio that is not originally yours? I don't understand what you mean. You worked on the portfolio, right? You worked on the project, rather. You worked on the project yourself, okay, under the guidance. Of course, you worked under the guidance of an instructor in that class. Put it in your portfolio, okay? Put it in your portfolio with your full chest, all right? So if that's the question you're asking, put it in your portfolio. Okay, you worked on a project, a real life case study under the guidance of an instructor. Don't say because you worked under somebody's guidance, you won't put it in your portfolio. It is a misconception. All right. So I hope that answers your question. Sylvester, have you secured your spot? I've not seen your DM. Have you secured your spot? Francisca, can you unmute, please? Unmute your microphone and talk to me. Your hand is up. Yeah, Sylvester, have you secured your spot already? I've not seen your DM yet.
Good
Have you
afternoon.
secured your spot?
Good
Yeah,
evening.
good afternoon, Francisca. Oh, sorry,
Good evening.
I copied you to say good afternoon.
I'm sorry.
All right, good evening. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Please, I have a question.
Go
What
ahead.
if we don't have, I don't have the 30,000 now, and perhaps I want to pay by the end of the month because I'm a salary earner. So, do I just pay if I don't want to follow this installment plan? Can I just pay the whole 85,000 straight ahead?
You can pay 85,000 straight ahead, but you know where it will be dicey? Should I tell you how dicey it will be? You may not be part of the first 5 people to do that.
I understand that. Yes.
So, so what you want to do is, there is a way you can find a way, okay, so that you don't have to wait till the end of the month. End of the month, that's pretty much fine. Most people will be able to do that end of the month, okay. But the trick here is you want to get that early access to the portfolio, especially. Just find a way, secure a spot first tonight, because that's even the first step. Secure a spot first tonight, then maybe during the week you can then top off. Hopefully be part of the first 5 people to do that. How does that sound?
That's fine. I'll see what can be done possibly.
All right.
Okay.
All right, fantastic. Okay, so Amina again, how you doing?
I'm fine. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. And how are
It's a
you?
pleasure. Yeah, I'm
Thanks
doing
so
good.
much for the wonderful presentation. I really
It's a pleasure.
appreciate. Okay. So, today again, I have two questions.
All right, like just
Okay,
like the other day.
exactly. Okay,
All
now
right.
I'm confused. I don't know which to choose between the data analytics or the business science. Basically,
Okay.
because I am actually a researcher.
Okay.
I am into academics in the field of architecture. So I've been doing
Yeah.
researches, I've been publishing my articles, but I majorly use SPSS.
Yeah.
That's what I'm limited to. You understand? But so I have a little knowledge of Excel, all
Yeah.
those things, how to conduct research. I have that already. So I don't, and I have I used to, I use descriptive analysis for my reporting and all those stuffs. So I don't know, should I
Yeah.
start with the data analytics, or I should believe I have a bit knowledge from the data analysis and just move to be the data science, or what do you think?
Fantastic. For you specifically, what I would suggest
Eh,
is
okay,
data analytics. Okay, you
okay,
would enjoy it. The reason
oh,
the reason I'm choosing data analytics for you is
okay.
um, when you look at the field you are coming from,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and the little bit of experience that you have, you mentioned SPSS and a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of Excel, you will be
Yes.
shocked the level of
Hmm.
projects you would use Excel to do. Let me show you one of the Excel projects that one of our students worked on.
Okay.
Uh, where is it? This one. This project you are seeing here was built on Excel by this student under the guidance of one of our fantastic uh, experts, Ayobami. Okay, so
Hmm.
she built this in Excel. Would you
Oh.
believe that this is Excel? If I had not told you that this is Excel, would you have known that this is
No, I
Excel?
won't. No.
You think maybe
I
it was maybe one high-end software, but this is
exactly.
still Excel.
Exactly.
Okay, so that
Beautiful.
it's here we show you that look,
Hmm.
it is beyond what the normal Excel, what Excel can do,
Oh.
table, rows, columns. Excel is beyond that. Okay, so that's why I recommend the data analytics
Wait.
track for you. You get to work on a lot of data
Hmm.
related projects. You can apply it
Okay.
across several sectors. Okay, I hope that answers the question.
Okay. And the second question, can I use my
Yeah.
research articles, a result for me that I've done before, and put it in my portfolio as my uh, previous research work?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, what I'll suggest you do is this exactly. So the data you gather
Network.
from your research, you can try and use some of the new
Mm-hmm.
tools that now you now have learned to build maybe a more visually appealing dashboard, charts, you
Mm.
know, um, slides. So it's sort of like as if you are upgrading the
Mm-hmm.
project. You've worked on it before, but you sort of
Mm.
put an upgrade and add it to your portfolio. So someone like you should have nothing less than 10 projects in your portfolio. So recruiters will even be tired of looking at the project. They'll just say, invite that young lady for the interview, please. Don't waste my time. Invite for the interview. Okay. So that's going to be the case in your own
Mm.
your own case. Do you get my point? So that's my advice for you. So as you learn,
Thank you
as you're
so
learning
much.
it too,
Thank you so much. I really
you pick
appreciate it.
your previous project and you work on it. It's a pleasure. All right. If I'm correct, I think
Thank
you
you.
already had secured your spot, right?
Of course, I have.
Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. All right, congratulations on that. Okay, so let's I think that will be all right for now. Maybe in another session you have another two questions to
Oh,
ask.
yes, yes, for me, yes.
All right. All right, fantastic. Okay, so Philemon rather. How are you doing today? You're the next person.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking.
All right. Thank you for the very wonderful presentation.
Yeah, it's a
Quite
pleasure.
insightful. Yeah. So my question is actually on um, I need assistance on shifting from analytics to data
Yeah.
science. So
Okay.
initially I had made a payment, and in the form I filled, I chose data analytics. But
Yeah.
having listened to sessions after that, I
Mhm.
kind of think my goals and what I want to do aligns more with data science.
Data
So
science.
yes, so I don't know how that can
What
be
to do, right?
facilitated. Yes.
All right. Okay, fantastic. So, first off, I would take note of you, of your name. But is there any of my team members you're currently maybe chatting with or have chatted with in the past?
Yes, blessing, but
Okay.
I didn't get any feedback from her um on
Okay.
on that. So I was maybe thinking I was not following the right channel or something.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
I'll just go ahead and do that for you. So all you don't need to do anything, as you've told me now. That's all you needed to do. All right.
Okay.
So we'll make
Okay.
that switch to data science for you as at the point when you get onboarded.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
All
pleasure.
right. Thank
All
you.
right.
All right.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Okay. Who is the next person? Let's see. Samuel. Samuel, you're the next person. Go ahead, please.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing today?
Uh, I'm doing fine. Doing great. I've secured my spots, but the issue I want to ask is it possible for someone like now? I registered for data science. Is it possible for someone that
Yeah.
after everything I've done and I'm certified as a data science, can I still work in the space of a data analyst in case jobs like that come up?
Okay, very good question. So, usually in other training programs, it's a lot difficult to do that. Okay, but because of, and let me show you practically so that it's not just me talking or talking. Let's go to the data science track. Okay, this is data analytics. Yeah. So for data science, these three tools that you see up here, these ones, let me highlight them. These three.
Okay.
They also have in them data analytics capability. So beyond just using them for predictive analytics, you can also use them for descriptive analytics. So because you've been going through those three tools as well, you can attack data analyst roles. Okay. Now,
Okay.
some recruiters would require that you know how to use a visualization tool. Tableau is a visualization tool. Okay. Tableau is a visualization tool. Right. So, and some data analyst roles would require that you only know these two. Some roles. So for those kind of roles, some even require just Excel. Right. I've gotten a job before and it was just Excel. Only Excel that I used my day to day. Show up at the every day on Excel. All right. So there are such rules, and for such rules, you can attack them. Okay, further widening your horizon, even if your core capabilities are data science in and of itself. I don't know if that answers the question.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you so
fantastic.
much.
All right, that's a pleasure. All right, you mentioned you had already secured a spot, right? So we're good to go.
Yes. Yes.
All right, brilliant. All right. So who else has a question? Let me check the chat box for any question. Hi, I joined the class a bit late and didn't get the initial part of the class. Will there be another class soon so I can join and grasp the class? It's my first time today. Wow. Obia, I think that's Obiageli, if I pronounce it correctly. What you need to do now, Obiageli, is you what you need is a one-on-one consultation. Okay, a one-on-one consultation. All right, but you need to ensure that you have filled the attendance form. Okay, fill the attendance form. It's in the chat box. It's a blue link in the chat box. Click on it, fill out the attendance form so that you can get access to the recording of this session. Also follow us on YouTube so that you don't miss any of our sessions. And most importantly, get yourself into class. Okay, so there's a lot to benefit there. David, Babs, Babs, go ahead, please. So after David, we'll shut the session down. Okay, for those of you who have sent me dear congratulations. Okay, David is still muted, so I'm not sure if David actually wants to speak with me. So Juliet, hi Juliet, good to see you again.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing today? Good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Okay. My question is, for someone that wants to go for data analyst, and maybe after the classes and after graduating from the course, and then if I decide to go for, like, if I want to take a course on data science, just to be grounded in
Your audio is cracking, so I can't really
that
make out what
aspect
you're
as
saying.
well. Is there any discounts for me?
Oh, okay.
Would I still
Okay.
have to pay the 250 or more if it is not by then? We get the discount in the chat box.
Very good question. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Although I already got your I already got your question. If you can hear me now. You're asking, as a returning student, is there a discount? Okay. So first, let me paint the picture, the situation, so that you understand what the real situation is. Now, as a data company that we work a whole lot with data and we make decisions on data. So if you go to our website right now, Abiant.com, you would see 250,000 naira on our website. Okay, what you see on our website is 320,000, and that is what we are contemplating on, standardizing the price of the program right now, due to the recent demands. So right now, as of right now that we're speaking, this is the price. Okay, so the idea is that going into the near future, there may be price reviews and we may standardize it at 320. So you want to look at this particular one as a discount already. Okay, so a discount of how much is that? 70,000. Okay, so look at it as that. Now, of course, as a returning student, you would have some packages. Okay, now it depends on some terms and conditions. All right, but definitely as a returning student, there will be some special packages for you as at that point that you are looking to get into the second program, different from what others would naturally get. Okay, so because even these 4 installments that you're seeing now, it's not something that lasts long. Okay, to get to a point where we move to paying full. So we are a little bit more lenient for returning students, and we ensure to make things a lot easy for them. Okay, so simple question: would you get anything different from others if you are a returning student? Yes, you will. Okay, so but when that time comes, that's when we determine what exactly that would be. I hope I answered the
Yes,
question,
you
Juliet.
did. Thank you.
All right, all right, fantastic, fantastic. So I'm assuming you already, secured a spot already,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Uh,
All right, fantastic, great. Okay, great.
So,
So, David, you can go ahead.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, Mohammed.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
I am fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic as well.
Thank you very much for the class today. It was eye-opening, I must confess.
Yeah.
So my interest is in business analytics.
Okay.
So I want to ask, most of the time you get job posting for data science and data analytics. I am already in the business line. I have an MBA and I want to continue in that line. But I also have interest in data generally. So I don't know if in the business analytics class I would get to be taught something that would enable me handle work on data and the rest of us.
Fantastic. In fact, you don't even need to ask the question you're asking. I'll tell you the reason why. Recruiters are already asking for business analysts that can handle data to a reasonable extent. And for that reason, we updated our business analysis curriculum to include a little bit of data analytics. Okay, and I explained it when I was on this slide. You see these three tools: Excel, SQL, and Power BI. These are data analytics tools. Okay,
Okay.
so recruiters mostly want a business analyst that also has knowledge of these tools, and that will enable you to handle data should you need to. It's not going to be your core job to analyze data, but you have the data analytics skills that you need as a business analyst. Okay, so and if you go on platforms like LinkedIn, for example, let's quickly look at LinkedIn. Okay, I just want to show you what it looks like. If you search for business analyst roles, you'd see that some of those roles require some data analytics tools, and that was the reason why we updated our curriculum to include those tools. So, short answer, yes, it would cover the necessary tools that would enable you handle data to a reasonable extent. Okay, to the required extent that the recruiters would look for. So I'm searching for business analysts. So just give us a moment. So I'll click on jobs. Because I want to see business analyst jobs. All right, so I'll just click on the first one, business analyst as confidential code. So let's look at it. Let's read about the job. So posted 9 hours ago. If you look at this, you would see the qualifications. Business analyst, proficiency in SQL, Excel, and business intelligence tools is a plus. So it is not a requirement, but here it is a plus. Or you have it, meaning you have a plus. So, and when you say BI tools, you're talking of Power BI that I displayed on the screen. So that's the reason why, as a business analyst, sometimes they may ask, not all the time, but most times they'll ask. For example, in this tool, in this particular one, They did not ask for any data analytics tool. Okay, this is just core business analysis, but it is a nice to have. Okay, they didn't mention the tool itself, but guess what? They mentioned analyze data. So you see, all right, the recruiters are already asking for it. So we already kept it in our curriculum to cater to that requirement. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, it does. And I have a second question. It's just to confirm before
Go
the
ahead.
classes start. By the way, I have secured my seat for
Okay.
9th June, so I'm looking forward to building my portfolio with you.
All right.
My
You did that this night, right? Sorry about
yeah,
you
yes,
did that,
yes,
you did that.
yes, yes. So I wanted to
All right.
find out these tools. I mean, are we supposed to install it ahead, or you would walk us through the installation of Power BI and the rest of us?
We'll walk you through everything. Okay, so
Okay, cool.
the very first class, even before the first class, you get an email with all the resources. Then during that first class, it will be focused on getting you set up. Okay, so all the installation, if you have any issues, walk you through that aspect, and then you can get yourself started. So you won't need to figure anything out really throughout from start to finish.
Okay. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Thank you very
All
much.
right.
Thank you.
All right. It's a pleasure. So congratulations once again. I'll be looking forward to seeing you in class. So again, if you've sent me a DM or any of my team members a DM, I'm sure they would respond to you. Okay, I think somebody has a question. Just fill the form until I got to the last question, which is why I want to know what three options are: data analytics, data science, and business analyst. All right, so Obiageli, very quickly, data analysts are storytellers. Okay, so you get into an organization, get their data, and you want to tell them what happened and why those things happen. So I call them storytellers. Right now, for the data scientists, I call them the inventors. They are usually focused on looking into the future to tell the organization, oh, this is what is likely going to happen, and this is how we should, try to influence that eventuality. So they build predictive models using Python to help them predict what's likely going to happen and also prescribe the action plans. So that's a data scientist. While the business analyst, I love to call them translators. All right. So their main goal in an organization is to, of course, move the business forward and to also align every team member or stakeholders to the methods in which they're going to be using to move the business forward. Okay. So you're going to be managing people, you're going to be leading people, you're going to be, optimizing processes, documenting, managing stakeholders and the like. So that's a quick run through of the three options. So I hope that you got a little bit of clarity on that, on which one to pick up. I believe they're still on the call. All right. So while we are waiting on Obiageli's response, okay, I would have shut the session down already. But Chris, go quickly, speak quickly so that you will be the last person I'll take tonight. Right.
All right, good evening. Thank you so much for your session.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
I want to know what's the duration of the classes before you are certified either a data analyst or a business analyst. What's the duration of the course?
Okay.
I
So
can't
the
see
duration is
where you mentioned it.
okay. I don't know if you can see my screen right now.
Okay, yes. 3 months journey, 1 month plus.
Yeah. So
Okay,
3
that's
months plus 1 month journey. So that's 4 months in total. And and that's the schedule underneath. Classes are Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You have an instructor on this in the session, just the way we are now. You have an
Okay,
instructor
what
walk you through step by
what
step.
to you is a must that you need a laptop, and what class of
Yes,
laptop?
you need a laptop. Yes, you need a laptop because what you're going to be doing is the same thing you'll be doing on the job. So you need a laptop for the job. So you still need a laptop here. Okay. So, but the good thing is, even if you don't have a laptop right now and you plan getting one, you still have the opportunity to secure a spot. At least you can secure a spot, and then you can defer to start maybe July or August. But because you've secured your spot now, the price, this current price, still remains the price for you, even if we change our prices going into the future. All right. So a lot of people have benefited from that and are still benefiting from that, especially those who want to buy themselves time to get a laptop. Okay. So I hope that
Uh,
answers the question.
yeah, perfect.
Okay. Somebody says something interesting in the chat box. I think I can take that and then we'll shut this session down. Tejiri says, "Good evening. My name is Tejiri. As a field data analyst in my company, though not a professional in analytics, which among the three courses would you advise to go for with consideration of future job opportunities and better pay packages to consider? Go for data analytics." All right. So if you do not consider yourself a professional, then you need to take our course in data analytics. Okay, and that would further strengthen your current experience, Tejiri. So that's my recommendation for you. Okay, take data analytics to your full chest, and let's work with you. I hope you've already secured your spot though, because seats are running out very fast. Okay, remember, the first 5 people, okay, the first 5 people to complete their second installment. Of course, you have to secure a spot tonight first, and then if you complete your installment before May 3rd, if you're part of the first five people to do that, you'd have an early access to our portfolio resource. So it means you can somewhat be ahead of the class. If you see that as something that is interesting, that you want to explore, secure a spot tonight. Also top up with the second installment before the set time. Of course, you have to be part of the first 5 people to do that, and then you stand that chance. Okay, so that is that for tonight. I enjoyed myself. I hope if you're still here up till now, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time is part of your resources, so I appreciate your time, and I hope you got value for your time. Okay, so I hope to see you guys in class. If you want to speak with me one-on-one, just request with one of the requests from one of the admins. All right, have a wonderful night rest, guys. Okay.